In playing back that interview with Ed Mabrey and myself, the first thing that jumped back out at me with regard to takeaways and afterthoughts was when we were discussing children and the relationship kind of not being where you want it to be.
All the way up until that Benadryl time, a lot of people stopped talking to me right around that point, right? I was losing my mind, man. I would burst into tears spontaneously. It was like I was at that point. You know what I mean? People be talking to me. I just started like talking about how I'm gonna pay all this child support. You know what I mean? You know, that in the end it was like 6 figures, man, that I ended up paying. I paid it all off. But it was crazy. You know, and imagine paying that type of money, like it was 4 figures a month. Imagine paying that off of CD sales. You selling CDs for $10 a pop, God. You know, and you're trying to come up with 4 figures a month on top of your bills, but you got to do it. It's more important than eating. It's more important than sleeping indoors, you know, and you got to do it. So it was like that, you know, and I don't regret it. I mean, me and my kids like this, man, they call me for like whatever. They call me for anything. So, I mean, that's worth everything. You know, they call me because they got a cold. You know what I mean? Do you think I should get Sudafed? You know what I mean? Whatever. So that's worth everything. So I don't regret it. I can't imagine how those cats who have these children and now they're my age, I'm 49, and they don't have no relationship, you know. And if they reach out to them, it's really artificial. Like, no disrespect, 'cause I don't like talking about my father much, you know, because I feel like I done talked to him enough in life. But no disrespect, but he feels like a stranger to me. You know, so when we talking, he's not familiar. You know, and we don't have the same quirks, so we don't really gel, but I try and he tries when we do talk. You know, I wouldn't want that with my children. I like that my children know exactly who I am and what makes me tick, and that they came up knowing me and so on, and know whatever sacrifices I made when I could make them. Now, I dig that. That's everything. That's worth more than everything I have.
Wow. We'll chop that up because I'm on the other end of that. Jordan got married and was like, yeah, bro, like, I'm married now, I'm good. If we don't talk, we don't talk. If I decide to talk to you, I'll hit you up and let you know. And yeah. I mean, you already know. You know, I was hazed over. I was hazed over for like a year. Like I couldn't see straight for a year.
That's a lot of people's situation. A lot of my friends who did take care of their kids have that situation. But those are guys. Jordan is a guy, right?
Yeah.
Those are guys. And my son and I's relationship is probably the glue to our relationship was right around the time I came to Los Angeles, because his mother was always going to give him back to me to from when it came like rites of passage time. Right, so the idea was once he got to be about 12 or so, he would come and live with me. So that's what happened. And I was in Florida at the time, in Tampa. He came to live with me, and then I moved here to Los Angeles because, I don't know, if you caught in the beginning of this whole interview, I'm a little morbid, man. I don't expect to wake up in the morning. No morning. I don't expect to wake up tomorrow. You know what I mean? When it happened, it's like, oh, wow, I'm here again. You know what I mean? Damn, I guess I got to do more. You know, I guess I didn't do enough yet. You know what I mean? So, I'm always thinking that way, so I didn't want it just to be me and him in Florida, and something happened to me, and he's close to me, and he's not that close to us. So I wanted him to have both of us. So that was one of the reasons I came to LA, because you know this is where he was born, this is where his mother lives. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that was a unique, and even after he came to LA, it was he and I in an apartment.
I didn't mention that I know quite a few people who, once their children got older, when their children were adults, they got a little estranged. And when it's a man child, sometimes cat could possibly be feeling himself, feel like he doesn't need you. A lot of times that's temporary, because in the end, more so than your resources, more so than anything else, even your listening ear, they're gonna need your advice, whether they mature enough or become wise enough to realize that in time. Because in the end, you're the roadmap to who they are. So in a lot of those cases, like another friend of mine in Los Angeles who took his son in and did everything he could for his son, and then his son got mad at him because his son wasn't able to bring a woman into the house along with himself, right? Couldn't understand it. And the thing is, they're gonna come back. It could be a year from now, it could be 5 years from now, but you're a roadmap. You're something they need to understand if they're wise enough to really want to understand themselves and figure out ways to do that. And there are countless stories of celebrities. Isaac Hayes used to tell the story of when he became rich and famous, the first thing he did was reach back and look for his father and move him in the house with him. Jay-Z told a similar story in his book. And there are plenty of celebrities, who get to a point where once they have what they thought would be everything, they realize that what's missing is that roadmap. So what I would have mentioned in that interview that I didn't is that it's probably temporary. They come back. In most cases, they realize that it's the wisest thing.